Justice D.Y. Chandrachud is the current and the 50th Chief Justice of India. Justice Chandrachud took over as the CJI after the retirement of Justice U.U. Lalit, who served as the 49th Chief Justice of India for little less than 3 months. Justice Chandrachud practiced as a lawyer in the Supreme Court and various High Courts before being appointed as a judge in the Bombay High Court. His tenure as the CJI is for 2 years from the 9th of November 2022 to the 10th of November 2024. Justice Chandrachud, along with his father, Justice Y.V. Chandrachud, are the first father-son duo to both serve as the first judges of the top court. Justice Y.V. Chandrachud was the 16th and the longest-serving Chief Justice of India till date, with his tenure from 22nd February 1978 to the day he retired on the 11th of July 1985. As a Supreme Court judge, Justice D.Y. Chandrachud has been part of several important judgments, including right to privacy, Ayodhya, Sabrimala, challenge to law on adultery, women in the armed forces, and more. Justice Sanjeev Khanna was appointed as a judge of the Delhi High Court in 2005, following in the footsteps of his father, Justice Devraj Khanna, who too had retired as a judge from the same High Court in 1985. Justice Sanjeev Khanna was elevated to the Supreme Court without serving as a Chief Justice of any High Court. He is also the nephew of former Supreme Court Judge Justice Hansraj Khanna, who famously delivered the lone dissenting judgment in the 1976 landmark ADM Jabalpur case. During his tenure in the Supreme Court, Justice Khanna has been part of several important judgments, including Central Vista, Franklin Templeton, bringing the CJI office under RTI, Karnataka MLA's case, and more. He will serve as the Chief Justice of India for a period of 6 months from the 11th of November 2024 to the 13th of May 2025. Justice B.R. Gavai was appointed as a judge in the Bombay High Court in 2003, where he served for 16 long years before being elevated to the Supreme Court in 2019. Prior to his tenure as a judge, Justice Gavai worked as a lawyer for 18 years after enrolling with the bar in 1985. He comes from a politically influential family. His father, R.S. Gavai, led the Republican Party of India Gavai faction and was also a former Member of Parliament and the Governor. Justice Gavai will serve as the Chief Justice of India for 6 months from the 14th of May 2025 to the 23rd of November 2025. During his tenure as a Supreme Court judge, Justice Gavai has been part of several important cases, including Article 370, ban on internet services in J&K, the Prashant Bhushan contempt case, COVID in children's protection homes, access to virtual courts as a fundamental right, and more. Justice Suryakant hails from his parent High Court of Punjab and Haryana, where he first served as a judge from 2004 to 2018 before he took charge as the Chief Justice of the Himachal Pradesh High Court in late 2018. He was subsequently elevated to the Supreme Court in 2019. Prior to his stint as a judge, Justice Suryakant was the youngest lawyer to be appointed as an Advocate General of Haryana. He will serve in the capacity of the Chief Justice of India for a little over a year from the November 24th, 2025 to the 9th of February 2027. During his tenure as a Supreme Court judge, Justice Suryakant has been part of several important judgments, including Article 370, CAA, and Pegasus. Justice Vikram Nath hails from a family of lawyers, with him being the 4th generation in his family to pursue law. Justice Vikram Nath started practicing in Allahabad High Court, where he was appointed as a judge in 2004. In 2019, he went on to become the Chief Justice of the Gujarat High Court. Justice Vikram Nath was the first Chief Justice of the High Court during his tenure at the Gujarat High Court to live stream court proceedings on YouTube when the COVID-19 pandemic hit and the courts had to resort to virtual hearings. He will serve as the Chief Justice of India for 7 months from the 10th of February 2027 to the 24th of September 2027. Justice B.V. Nagaratna is currently one of the 3 sitting women judges of the Supreme Court. Her tenure as a judge began from Karnataka High Court in 2008 and was elevated to the Supreme Court in August 2021. Her elevation to the Supreme Court made headlines across the country as she would go on to becoming the first woman Chief Justice of India in the history of Indian judiciary. She will have a very brief tenure of just 1 month though, from the 25th of September 2027 to the 30th of October 2027. Justice Nagaratna will follow in the footsteps of her father, with the two being the first father-daughter duo to both serve as the CJIs. Her father, Justice E.S. Venkatramaya, was the 19th Chief Justice of India. During her tenure at the Supreme Court, Justice Nagaratna has been hearing several important cases, including OBC reservations, EWS reservations, pendency in the Allahabad High Court, and the issue of ex gratia payment and compensation in the COVID-19 cases. Justice P.S. Narasimha was elevated directly from the bar after practicing as a lawyer for 33 years. He started his practice in the Andhra Pradesh High Court in 1988. He was practicing as a lawyer in the Supreme Court when he was directly elevated as a Supreme Court judge. He also served as the Additional Solicitor General for the central government from 2014 to 2018. As a lawyer, he was part of several crucial cases, including the Ayodhya land dispute case before the Supreme Court. He was also appointed as the amicus curiae in a batch of cases related to the BCCI, and he will serve as a CJI for a period of 7 months from the 31st of October 2027 to the 3rd of May 2028. Justice J.B. Pardiwala is comparatively one of the newer judges who have come to the Supreme Court. Hailing from the Gujarat High Court, Justice Pardiwala is one of the handful of Parsi judges who have made it to the top court of the country. During his tenure in the Gujarat High Court, Justice Pardiwala was part of several important judgments, including Bal Diksha amongst Jains, polygamy amongst Muslims, marital rape, and the midnight hearing in 2020 on the Jagannath Rath Yatra. He took oath as the Supreme Court judge on the 9th of May 2022. He will serve as the Chief Justice of India for over 2 years from the 4th of May 2028 to 11th August 2030.
Click on the link in the description to read more about the story. Don't forget to share the video and subscribe to Law Today for more updates about what is happening in courts across the country.